Welcome to Brain Alpha. You know, in an age where the old rules of success are basically being thrown out the window, some teenagers aren't just getting ahead, they're lapping everyone. Today, we're going to dive into how a brand new generation of young entrepreneurs is building actual empires right from their bedrooms.
So let's just get right to it. I mean, seriously, what kind of business lets a 16-year-old make a life-changing income, not just once, but every single month? The answer is probably not what you think, and it all starts with this number.
Yup, you are seeing that right. Over $600,000 in a month. And no, that's not a typo. This isn't some weird anomaly. It's a sign of a massive, massive shift in how wealth is being created today. And believe it or not, this is just the first story we're unpacking. Okay, so we're going to look at 4 totally different types of these new teen titans. Each one of them took a completely different path, but somehow they all ended up in the exact same place. Millionaire status before they could even legally vote. It's pretty wild.
We're going to examine these 4 paths to try and find the blueprint that's kind of hidden in their success. We've got the content hacker, the networker, the engineer, and the investor. Let's break it down.
First up is the content hacker. Now, at just 16 years old, he didn't try to become some famous influencer that you see all over the place. Nope. Instead, he treated making content like it was a math problem, focusing on just hacking the platform algorithms by pumping out a huge volume of videos at an incredible speed.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It shows you the power of his approach. It wasn't about a slow, painful grind. It was about finding a system, flipping a switch, and boom. He went from making pocket money to a fortune literally overnight, just by changing his business model to pure, systematized output.
So how'd he do it? Well, that insane income came from ad revenue on platforms like Snapchat. Get this, his team pushes out 9 to 10 viral-style videos per day. They're running multiple accounts. He didn't just make content, he built a full-blown content factory.
All right, our second case study is the networker. This guy operates in the crazy high-stakes world of sneaker reselling, but his real product isn't the shoes, it's the relationships. He built his entire business on getting access to an exclusive circle of celebrities and super wealthy clients.
His strategy is just pure social engineering. He doesn't just sell sneakers. He strategically builds this web of connections to get to his clients, people like DJ Khaled and J Balvin. His most valuable asset isn't his inventory, it's his phone's contact list.
And well, the results speak for themselves. His first ever sneaker flip made him about $53 in profit. Now, he consistently pulls in 6 figures a month selling these ultra-rare sneakers. It's just a perfect example of the power of a really well-built network.
Next up, we have the engineer. Now this is your classic Silicon Valley story, but with a really modern twist. At 19, he built a sophisticated AI software tool. Not in some garage in Palo Alto, but in his parents' basement. He saw a trend happening and just built the technology to capitalize on it.
So he's talking about his AI software, Music 5. It lets users swap the vocal tracks on songs with famous AI-generated voices. But it's not just for making funny memes online. It actually has practical uses for music producers, letting them test out different vocal styles without having to go and hire new singers.
The growth has been absolutely explosive. I mean, look at that. From 0 to over 1.3 million monthly users in just 5 months. And now, he's in the process of raising $2 to $3 million from major players in the music industry. He built a product people wanted, and the market came running.
Okay, our final case study is the investor. At 18, he represents this new breed of entrepreneur who really gets that making money is only the first step. The real game is making your money make more money for you. He started with drop shipping and then masterfully leveraged those profits into a crypto fortune.
This quote is his entire philosophy in a nutshell. While other people might have spent those early earnings, he immediately put his cash right back to work, using one successful business to bankroll the next one. It's the core principle of compounding, but applied to business.
Let's just pause and look at this timeline for a second. He made his first big score, around $67,000, before he was even really a teenager. By 16, he had spun that into millionaire status by making some really smart, though, yeah, definitely risky, bets in the crypto market.
So, we've got a content creator, a networker, an engineer, and an investor. On the surface, they seem completely different, right? But when you start to dig a little deeper, you find this shared blueprint that's underneath all of their incredible success stories. So what is it?
So what is their secret? Well, we've looked at all of them, and we've identified 3 core principles that really form their millionaire's blueprint.
Okay, first thing, they all started small. None of them went and took out a huge loan or bet the farm on one big idea. They ran these small, low-risk experiments, a little drop-shipping store, one sneaker flip, one content strategy. And once they found something that worked, that's when they poured fuel on the fire and scaled it like crazy.
The second principle is all about systemization. Every single one of them made the leap from being a doer to an owner. The content hacker, he hired a team. The networker, he built a supply chain. The engineer, he built software. They all created a machine that generates money, which freed them from having to trade their own time for it.
And this third principle just turns conventional wisdom completely on its head. For them, education and success aren't defined by grades. In fact, our sneaker reseller, remember him? He had a 1.4 GPA. The investor, even though he's already a millionaire, is going to university purely for the network. They see learning as a tool for building connections and getting skills, not for collecting a piece of paper.
And you know, this brings us to the most important takeaway of all. The internet has completely democratized opportunity. The platforms, the knowledge, the tools that these teens use to build their fortunes, they're accessible to pretty much everyone watching this. The barrier to entry has never, ever been lower.
So this is the question that really matters. Their stories aren't just fascinating. They're a roadmap. They prove what's possible when you combine these modern tools with timeless principles. The blueprint is out there. The tools are in your hands. So what will you build? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and help us build the hype. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.